Good afternoon. This is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing, with today's post-close grain and livestock comments for today, Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Well, it's a good way to start the week, kids. A 6-week high in corn. Caught a lot of people flat-footed. These corn finished the day up at 423. That's really good. It opens the door for a possibility, hopefully, of a push back to the gap. Which gap am I talking about? The July 3rd gap, which is up at 432. So only 13 cents to go. If we get it up there, boy, that's going to be a great opportunity for producers, especially because if you look at where we were on August 12th, down at 390, people, myself included, were concerned about corn, dropping down to 375 or lower. So this is a gift, kids. Take advantage of it. Do not call the top. Um, but boy, let's take advantage of it. That's all I can tell you. Obviously, the market thinks that the numbers were a little bit off now that they've had time to digest it. We really had no new news. Exports have been really good. Uh, and let's face it, thank goodness China has never really bought a lot of corn from us. I think that's what's hammering the soybeans. So while we had a good move here in the corn, I can't stress that enough. You had spot corn above 403. Enough step corn's in delivery, so you don't want to pay too much attention to it. So we are really all about December, but just a good day, up 2 3/4 cent at 423. And this is why we don't get emotional or super bearish when we get bad news, because that's the market's trying to make you bad, is trying to make you um, make bad decisions. That's really what Mr. Market's job is to do. Anybody that's making emotional decisions out there, I don't care whether if you're playing baseball, football, or if you're trying to date the love of your life. If you're making an emotional decision, generally it's a bad one. So that's what we try to avoid doing here as we roll out our marketing plan. November beans down 13 and a half cents, 1041. I think that was just pretty much overflow from the fact that we had that last meeting with the Chinese. The Chinese said we'll see you in 2 months. Um, I don't know how that translates to the Chinese, but that's the big problem for soybeans. We grow 4 billion bushels for decades. They've taken 25% of it, and they are sitting on their hands, and they have every right to. I mean, they're in the middle of trade negotiations where they don't know which end is up any more than we do, and they've bought a lot of beans from South America. So South America had a good crop. The one thing we were all banking on to put the heat on the Chinese was if we had a bad growing season. We did not. So there's plenty of grain out there, and the Chinese have bought a lot of it already from South America. The question is, will they eventually come buy our grain? Hopefully they will. But I'll say this, even at 1041, it's a heck of a lot better than 981. So, 60 cents is 60 cents. We haven't had a whole lot to work with this year. We basically had a dollar trading range of beans from 1075 on the highs to our low there in April at 975, actually 971. So when you only have a dollar work with during a marketing year, and when we're still 60 cents off the bottom, again, it's not what I want to see, but it's better, and it's certainly worth doing something here, especially as we head into harvest. Flip it over to wheat. Wheat just can't buy a higher close, right? December Chicago wheat finished the day down at 528. The only positive I can see is we did not take out 517 yet. We're in that little box down there. If you look at KC finished down the day at 8.5 cents at 511 and a quarter. Again, what's the only positive I can see? We didn't take out the contract low at 506 and 3/4, although the market seems like it wants to try to do that. So there's no fundamentally good news going on with wheat. The rest of the world's grown a lot of wheat. Every time we turn around, Europe, has a better wheat crop. Argentina's got a better wheat crop. So again, the world has more of what it wants, of more wheat than it really wants at this point, and that's what's holding back wheat. Now, can wheat get dragged up here if corn gets going? Absolutely, positively. Um, we'll see if that happens the rest of the week. But a good Tuesday for corn. We'll see if it has some legs. Again, what's the goal? I really think everybody out there would like us to go get that July 4th price. But a 6-week high in corn, something to be happy about tonight on this Tuesday night. And moving over real quick to livestock. December fat cattle finished today basically unchanged, up 37 cents, 241 and change. This is the first time in a long time that we haven't just made new highs and completely bowled through everybody. The level to watch, it's no big secret. It's on the chart. Uh, for October fat cattle's 243.50. As long as we stay under that, we're going to be, trading sideways here. If we do leg up, we're going to be doing exactly what we've done really for the past 10 months, which is just grinding higher. The feeder cattle finished today lower, down 0.775 at 363.70. I'm watching that September contract. The high today was 367.70. Are we ever going to go take out 370? If we don't, then some of the bears may get a breather here. We did finish today at 364 and a quarter. It's only $6 away from that 370 level. No new news in the cattle in the cash market. You are starting to see, however, bear spreading. And what does that mean? Well, they're selling the front months and they are buying the rear months. So that's typically a sign that the market may be getting a little bit long in the tooth. Go out there and look. April of 2026, trading 352. May of 2026, trading 351. August of 2026 at 347. So, boy, if I'm a producer and I have got a long-term outlook, you got to take a look at that contract. If you go look at August of 2026, just back in July, we were at 287. Here we are near 350. So it's a marketing opportunity. At some point, this bad boy is going to roll over and we're all going to want to have hedges on books. And we're going to wrap up with with December lean hogs. Finished today up almost a penny, 88 and change. December is being dragged up there. There's definitely an idea out there that the pigs are not there. The numbers are off. The last pig report, a lot of industry insiders don't believe that the numbers are accurate. We'll see if that holds true. Certainly, Mr. Market's telling you he doesn't believe it because we are making new contract highs here today. Now, can we flip over at any point? Yes. So this is one of the things that we try and do when we get these big jumps and we're on contract highs. We don't want to call the top, but we do want to capture the revenue. So that's about it for the rest of the day. We'll be back at it first thing in the morning. This is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing. If you're looking for help, give me a call, 312 638 8868. Have a great night.